Hey guys, it's Niner here again, and welcome back to another video, and today we're back with another commentary. So, this time I'm with VRS Gaming. You want to say hello?
Hey guys.
So, we did a commentary on upcoming games in 2014, like upcoming racing games. This was back when you had your Vinci Gaming channel. So we did do something in the past, and if you're wondering why I'm doing a collaboration with the channel with 18 subscribers, it's probably because I've been friends with him and I go to school with him, so we both share the same interest in YouTubing and whatnot. But anyway, let's cut the bullshit and let's go to the actual topic at hand here. So we're going to be comparing Need for Speed to the Crew Wild Run expansion. Basically, just we're going to be explaining it and so on and so forth. We're going to just be making an opinion on each of the games, and then who did better at Gamescom and whatever. So first off, I'll just explain Need for Speed, and you can explain the Crew Wild Run expansion. So right. Need for Speed is obviously an upcoming game. If you're subscribed to my channel, you know that I'm really hyped for this game, and it's a full-on reboot with car customization, with modern day car culture, in another open world environment that has, I'd say the closest comparison to comparing the map to another Need for Speed game is probably Most Wanted 2012, where you have the main city, and then on the outer portion of the map you have like the just winding roads and the country roads. But yeah, so Need for Speed, it's a full-on reboot of putting all the games together into one, and yeah, it's pretty much Need for Speed. So would you like to explain the Crew Wild Run expansion?
Alright, so the Crew Wild Run is, like Richard said, an expansion to the Crew. So the features you get is you get a new festival type thing, and it's called the Summit. And within that, there's different modes.
I actually didn't know that.
Oh my god!
I didn't know it's called the Summit.
Well, we learn something new every day. So within, or the specs within that, there's a drag mode, a drift mode, and a monster truck mode, or spec. And so the drift mode, the drift thing is you just do drift battles in different cars, and they are adding tremendous amount of cars to the new expansion. And yeah, they're having the new specs, and most of the cars will be, majority of them will be able to use the new specs. With the monster truck ones are pretty much the trucks. So yeah, I think that's.
I would imagine the Chevrolet Silverado, and we know the Ford Raptor is one of the monster truck specs. So yeah, that's about it. The Crew Wild Run. There's also some other small features, such as the huge one, which you didn't mention, was the graphics overhaul.
I totally forgot.
The graphics overhaul is amazing. I'll probably show like a clip of the trailer on screen or whatever.
I forgot everything. And then motorcycles.
Oh yeah, motorcycles as well. How do we forget motorcycles? So the motorcycles, I think they have dirt spec, they have street spec, perf spec, and circuit spec. So you can, change your bike into an off-road spec. You could have it be an on-road spec, a circuit spec. You have a lot of things to do with bikes, and so far, I know it's somewhere on YouTube, but there's some Kawasaki's. I think it was the Kawasaki Ninja, the 2015 Kawasaki Ninja. Bikes are pretty foreign to me because I'm not a bike person, mainly cars. But there's also there's also Ducati. And then with the new cars, there is the Subaru BRZ, and this is just off the top of my head. There's the Subaru BRZ, what else is there? The Nissan 240Z Fairlady, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And
Vanquish.
What else is there? Oh yeah, the Aston Martin Vanquish, that's right. Holy crap, there's going to be a lot of cars coming
there is.
soon. And holy shit, I mean, the Crew Wild Run, we'll explain later on what we prefer. But it was a huge surprise at Gamescom, and I think that's what really altered our overall opinion on both of the games. But yeah, that's basically the Crew Wild Run expansion. It's a huge expansion onto the Crew. So we basically explained both of them. Now it's time to go on to the Gamescom comparison. So I'll go first, and then you'll explain. You'll compare them both as well.
Right.
It's just going to be basically an opinion sort of thing. So Gamescom, holy shit. Need for Speed, they showed all of the icons. You know, they just revealed the icons that you'll be racing against or whatever during the story, and that's about it really. They just revealed the icons. They showed a little bit of gameplay, like some off-screen gameplay from like I think Gamerside did some off-screen gameplay. There was some gameplay on Ken Block's Instagram. He was just drifting around in his unicorn, and that's about it for Need for Speed. But the crew was huge. Like we said earlier, they revealed so much. The graphics overhaul. I mean, honestly, I thought the graphics overhaul, it was gonna be, you know, they're just gonna slightly improve it. I wasn't expecting anything to how much they improved the graphics, and you know, they really they showed an amazing example just by the rain and whatnot. Like the rain, it affects the way you drive. You know, the holy crap! I'm speechless with the graphics overhaul. It's a different game now, and I can't wait to explore the whole map after all the graphics are being overhauled. And by the way, you might have not noticed this, but the graphics overhaul, you don't have to pay for that. That's going to be an actual update. So that, and as well as a feature where you can make your own races in the game, that's also cool as well. They did a lot of things, like a lot of things. And I mean, I think the crew showed off more than Need for Speed. So, I mean, overall, I think the crew did a better job at showing off what they had in comparison to Need for Speed. So, yeah, you could go next.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that. With Need for Speed, like you said, they showed pretty much the icons, and then they showed off a couple more cars, you know, the Diablo and a BMW, Honda, and
yeah, we didn't even mention those cars too. Like that was amazing. Like, I mean, they didn't only show the icons, but they also revealed a couple of cars. One of them being the S2000. I'm not a big person on Hondas. In fact, I really dislike Hondas. But it's just cool to see Hondas back in a Need for Speed game, and this time, you know, they're in with cops and they're in with illegal street racing, as well as the Lamborghini Diablo, the Sylvia S15, the R32, the Mazda RX-7, the Mitsubishi Evo 9. It's crazy how many cars they did, show off. I guess that's one thing about Gamescom, though, is they did show off a pretty good amount of cars. And this is going to be the most varied car list we've seen since, I think, Undercover. Because Undercover had a really good car list as well.
Yes.
But, yeah, I could continue.
So, I mean, other than that, and then the Ken Block one, he was drifting around. I think, from what it looked like, because, the picture where they have going by the canyons, it looked like there's the road that went up that. You guys can go take a look at it. It's on his Instagram. But yeah, that was pretty much it. And the crew, they just okay, so they showed off the new graphics. Even a Lotus, the Evora.
Oh yeah, the Lotus Evora GT, I think it was.
Yeah. Oh my god, that looks so good. But I mean, when they showed off the arena for the monster truck, they showed everything. And
yeah, they showed them. Yeah, it was crazy.
They showed everything. The freaking monster truck arena. Oh,
we'll leave some gameplay in the description in my video. At least I'm gonna leave some gameplay. Basically, the place where the monster trucks go in, it's basically a skate park, but for monster trucks. It's really cool. It might be a little too arcade. Like that was my issue. Is it looked a little too arcade. You can make your monster truck do backflips, but it is an arcade game and it's not supposed to be a full-on simulation, so people are bitching about that, but honestly, that's pretty cool how they made a skate park for monster trucks. That's so cool.
Yeah. So also when they were showing off, they showed off some drag. When they showed off the drag spec, you don't have to use the drag spec in drag spec events only, because every car you can drive.
It's available in free roam.
You can take a monster truck.
You could take a monster truck and smash someone's I don't know. You can smash an Aston Martin. You're like, move, kid, move out of the way. I'll run you over with my monster truck.
Get wrecked. But yeah, and then also when they showed off the create a race one.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool how you can create your own races in free roam. Oh.
I was looking, and you could actually get bucks from that. You get money from doing custom races. And you don't have to have a certain spec for the race. You can drive anything you want. But the thing is, you could switch cars between or in the middle of the race. But I mean, come on, the fact that you can add your own race, holy crap, it's awesome. And then just the crew did so much better. I'm sorry, but at Gamescom, the crew just blew my mind completely.
Now I think it's time to say, which showed us more and what we prefer. So, for me, honestly. I think the crew showed us a lot more than Need for Speed, and this is what I'm gonna say here. Overall, I'm more hyped for Need for Speed, especially since we haven't had a game like this since Carbon and Undercover. But the crew showed a lot more. Like, they showed a lot more things. I don't want to say I'm hyped because the crew was a big letdown, but in general, this expansion is knuckin' futz. It is crazy. So, I'm going to have to say the crew showed off more. Am I more hyped for the crew than Need for Speed? They're about the same. I really can't wait to start playing, the crew, the Wild Run expansion. But at the same time, we haven't had a game from Need for Speed like this in a really long time. So, yeah. What about your opinions on this whole thing?
So, I'm going to explain the crew, just long story short. So, you get a crap game, You get a crap game. There's just a nice pile of nice twisted crap, and then,
they make it look nice. They put sprinkles on it.
They take some whipped cream and take a little bit of sprinkles, and then they just put a little cherry on the top right there, just because of the graphics overhaul and all the new things you get. Just a nice little cherry on the top of that nice crap. So yeah, that's pretty much the crew. Like Richard said, my hype for both games.
Yeah, it's cited on Need for Speed than the crew, but.
But I am. I'm
speechless as well. I don't know what to say about the crew. They just blew us out of the water. But yeah, I think it's time for the outro. So I'll say the first part of the outro, then you can end it off. If you have not subscribed to Vince's channel already, I'll leave a link in the description. He's gonna be posting 5 videos a week, right?
Yeah, more Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then yes, and then Saturday and Sunday are choose arounds 4 to 5.
Yeah, 4 to 5 a week. So he's starting to do racing game content. So yeah, if you guys do want to check out his channel, I'll leave a link in the description. So yeah, let's end off this video, Vincent.
Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you do enjoy our content, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.